Hello, so I wanted to go over my visual representation and my strengths that I learned about this week. So this is my visual representation over the word perseverance. Um, the virtue that this correlates to is courage, so I threw that word on here as well. But these are some of the quotes and words that really stood out to me for this strength specifically. Um, Going into what perseverance actually means, it means persistence in doing something despite difficulty or delay in achieving success. So I actually wake up to this stay humble and hustle hard quote every day. It's hanging on my wall in my bedroom. I really think that it takes perseverance to achieve your goals. I chose this strength because I personally relate to it a lot. Again, I wake up to this saying on my wall every day that just reminds me to continue doing what you're doing and to not give up, but to stay humble while you're doing it. The three other strengths that I chose are perspective, hope, and fairness. I chose these three really because I believe that they will be extremely important, helping me remain committed and focused on my goals, especially throughout this academic journey. And I just put some quick definitions of these on this slide. But perspective, the positive correlates to that are open-mindedness, maturity, sociability, social awareness. And currently I work in sales and I have for about the last 8 years. So I really relate to the above positive correlates. In sales, you have to really be open-minded to others' opinions and their needs and being able to relate a product or a service back to those. Um, I think also being able to be sociable and socially aware is a good way to develop relationships that ultimately will help you sell your product or services better. And then going back to maturity, I think that all of these positive correlates really relate back to that. To me, maturity means that you've been practicing things for a long time, or that these certain skills come with a lot of practice or time of doing them over and over. So I think that that really does boil back down to maturity. The next one that I chose was hope. Um, some of the positive correlates to this are physical well-being, lower levels of stress and depression, and positive social relationships. Um, a lot of these I focus on outside of work and outside of my academic career. Um, and I've always believed or had a strong thought process around being physically healthy helps your mental health as well. And a couple of examples, the healthier that I eat, the better that I typically feel mentally. And the more regularly I exercise and the more committed I am to that, the less stress and anxiety that I feel on a daily basis. Having positive social relationships also helps with a lot of different things. It can help with the overall support system in your life, and having those people that are always positive that you can go to for support and advice and encouragement is very helpful, especially when you're going down a new journey or a new job, a new academic career, and things like that. The last one I chose was fairness. Those positive correlates are self-reflection, cooperation, and leadership. I've identified with this a lot in my everyday life as well. When I think about my job, I have direct reports that I try very hard to be fair and provide good leadership to. Um, as far as cooperation goes, obviously it's very nice when they cooperate with my direction. And I try very hard, to be cooperative to my managers as well. Um, the one other thing that I really relate to here is that I strive really hard to reflect on myself and my actions when I can. I try to see things from different people's perspectives or put myself in somebody else's shoes so I can really identify with where they are coming from. The one thing that I chose to focus on or use differently that I haven't in the past comes from my strength hope. And I've been fairly good at using this through, my personal and professional life, but I think that I've had difficulty applying this throughout my academic career. So the correlates that I really want to focus on moving forward are diligence and the ability to delay gratification. We all know that getting an education is a journey, and that it takes diligence and time to achieve that goal. For me, it'll take a lot of focus to just focus on the thing that's at hand. And I'll also have to remind myself that this is a journey. It's not going to be instant gratification, but that the delayed gratification at the end of this will be much stronger. So I think that that is really one way that I'll be able to use this to help me in the future.